Alrighty. G'day, mates. How you going? Let's take a look at some interesting new happenings going down under. All right, so our first post was spotted in Brisbane. That's what it's titled. And, you know, people can express themselves however they want, you know, as long, within reason, as long as it's not violence or whatever. You know, putting like a bunch of weird words and political stuff on your car. A little bizarre, in my opinion. Not something I personally do, but some people do. And, well, this person really just went all out. They went all out with this thing. There is a lot going on with this. It does have plates, so I'm kind of impressed by that, but I don't know if they're expired or what. Probably not. They're good. But yeah, they got a lot of weird stuff going on here, including all the words. You know, I not really sure I understand like drawing that much attention to your vehicle at all times. But hey, you do you. You asked for it. I'm sorry. You asked for it. Communist slavery, pandemic, join Schindler's List, and boy. What is going on here? Oxygen, morons, Armageddon. Boy, I don't know how to dissect this. Spotted in Brisbane, everybody. Well, I'll give them one thing. They won't mix this up. It's unique. They won't mix it up with any other white SUVs in the parking lot. They can find it pretty easily, I think, so. All right, this one's titled, How We Sell Houses in Australia. I'll put it back in this view. Bidding starts at 2.5 million. Whoa. It rises fast to 3.08. Rising fast. Huh. A rubbish truck's rolling through. G'day, mate. Holy smokes. Well, that's kind of fascinating, considering I must be too broke to fully understand casually bidding, you know, millions of dollars on a home. This is how we sell houses in big cities in Australia, not so much in rural and regional parts. Cameraman casually living in a likely $3 million home. Yes, that is crazy. I shot this video. I'm from Melbourne. It was an Airbnb that my relative rented for a bit, and we went to visit her. It is worth $1.5 million, but it's 3.5 meters wide. In 2008, this house sold for $1.2 million. Absolutely wild that people pay an extra $2.2 million for a largely unchanged house. Yeah, it is. It is. Like, the cost of living, especially with housing, like, I feel like when you look at over the last 100 years, it went at, like, a really rising, like, super slow rising pace, and then it got to, like, 2015, 2020, and just went whoosh, like skyrocket. It's very frustrating. Who says we lack culture? You can read. Hopefully, you can read these. I will not be repeating them, otherwise YouTube will slap my video down and punish me. Yes, I love it. Who says you lack culture? I don't know. Australians have a great culture of humor and making me laugh. That's for damn sure. Reject the yank tank. Embrace the midget ute. Absolutely love it. I want one. I want one of these. I love small, dorky little trucks. That's got to be like some sort of Japanese truck, right? Oh my goodness, I love it. Where do I get one? It's got the spare tire up front. It looks hilarious. What the heck? I love how the plate even says midget. This is so cool. I remember seeing this on a custom plates episode. This is an actual New South Wales plate, but it has like Japanese on it. That is so cool. I'm not even showing it. Epic fail. Sorry, guys. My software is acting so weird today. This is such a cool truck, dude. I love it. It is so small. I'm sorry. It's a ute. I caught myself. It's a ute. Yeah, this couldn't be more polar opposite than the big old yank tanks, as you guys call them. I know we've seen posts where they do sell at a decent amount, not like over here, but they are somewhat present in throughout Australia to the point where people notice them, right? And this couldn't be further from the opposite. But you know what? I love these. I've actually seen videos. These smaller trucks like this from Japan have somewhat of a following over here in the U.S. as well. And it's funny because the big truck makers here hate it because these trucks are surprisingly capable. That you can get some decent payload with these things. They get great mileage. They seem to be pretty reliable, very simple and easy to maintain. You can do a lot of cool work with these. They're cheap compared to spending $100,000 on a brand new truck. Do you really need its full capability? Probably not. Apparently, the rest of the world doesn't do paper crowns at Christmas. Adult Bluey fans, what are the hats they wear in Christmas swim, and what do they signify? I guess we didn't get the memo. Paper crowns? UK definitely does, even though I've never been there. How do I know RuneScape? It's a British Commonwealth thing. There's some of the Harry Potter Christmas scenes, for example. Oh, I get it. Okay. New Zealand does it, too. Yeah, maybe not just USA. South Africa does it? Yeah, we don't do this in the US. I've never even heard of that. So, the more you know. What a steal this is for a quick sale. Gotta love these. I feature these. Was $680, but we have a flash sale, a quick sale. You gotta get it quick while supplies last. It ain't gonna last long. These are gonna be flying off the shelves because they're not $680 anymore. They're only $646. You save a whopping. Let's zoom in. 34 cents. Hold on, let me show you. Don't believe me? Right here. 34 cents. That, ladies and gents, is a quick sale. And of course, everyone in the comments just roasting it. Coles must use AI to determine such shitty prices. There's no other reason. Bloody hell, with stores that ad, I'm going to drop everything and head there right now. Can't afford to miss that bargain. That's what I'm saying. That's such a bargain. I might just, for no reason other than to appreciate a sale like that, I might have to book a flight over. And on the subject of yank tanks, this is a tank, literally. This is big even in the U.S. We got a full-on GMC. I didn't even know they sold GMCs down under. That's actually very fascinating. I knew they sold Chevys in small numbers. But wow, you guys can get straight-up GMCs. That's actually kind of cool. But this is a big one. This is a full-on 3500 dually, right? Dual rear wheel. I mean, these things are huge. They're just ridiculously huge. They're cool if you like big trucks, but they're not practical, right? They're not a great daily driver. These things are made for heavy-duty work. And, this person absolutely failed miserably at parking this thing. You can see it is Australia. You see the plate there. I mean, they got this thing, boy, they got it all rizzed up, don't they? But the park job, like, what is this about? And this could not have been cheap. I mean, keep in mind, tires and wheels like this are not cheap. This is expensive stuff. On an expensive truck. This truck in Australia must be twice the price of what it is here in the U.S. And this is it's a Denali. So that means it's top of the line luxury truck. This is easily 100, maybe even 110,000 US dollar truck here. Quite the contrary to that little ute we saw earlier, the little midget ute. But man, when you have a big truck like this, you got to learn how to park. This is what gives big trucks a bad name, is this right here. People would not be so alarmed about them if everyone knew how to drive them and parked, away and didn't take up 3 spots. Like, come on now. Don't do this. I am absolutely shocked to see this. Cybertruck needs 10% more parking at Bunnings. We have another horrible parking job, and it's from a Cybertruck. And I'm pretty famous for years since this thing was revealed on my channel, saying that I'm not a fan of this. Now, if you have one and you love it, seriously, good for you. No hatred for me. I wouldn't, no bad energy for me. I just don't like it. All right? I don't like it. And I had no idea these were sold in Australia. I thought I read that at least maybe in Europe, I thought I read that these were not sold overseas when it comes to in Europe, at least. I guess they are sold in Australia. Otherwise, I don't know how this would even be there, because this is a far away from the U.S. Right? I mean, it's at a Bunnings warehouse. You can't mistake that color scheme. It's got an Australian plate. But boy, did they not know how to park. And I'm equally shocked that they're even sold in Australia. Australians, give me your thoughts on the Cybertruck. Again, if you have one, that's awesome. I hope you love it. I can't stand these. I just can't even believe they're a real thing. And I would not want to own one. Wait, that's not a barbecue? Thought these weren't road legal here? Limited use plate. Whoa. I wonder what the deal is. Wow, you will have to let me know if your theories on how this is even in Australia if they're not sold there. I don't know. I'm mind blown that this. I never thought I'd see a post of a Cybertruck in Australia. So I am pretty mind blown. I also can't believe that they parked it like that. The only thing I thought of right now is this thing right here, this little marker. Maybe this is like parked like this on purpose. If it's like, I don't know, maybe there's a reason. I don't know. Who the F is out here smelling like leather and cookies? Is this real? What is Lynx? That must be an Australian brand. Is that like the spray deodorant stuff? Jeez, I haven't used that in 15 years. I didn't use it long either. Whatever phase I did use it in, it didn't last long. This is hilarious. Wow. Surprisingly, someone said, my son is out there smelling like cookies and leather. I asked him what smelled so nice, and he said it was Lynx, and I laughed. Yes, I'm ashamed. I like the smell of Lynx deodorant. Dang, and I knew all year we've been talking about like the store issues with like, Woolies and Kohl's. I didn't know it was getting this crazy. Wow, there's empty shelves. It's like the third empty shelf post I've seen at Woolworths. So that's actually kind of crazy. But I'm not surprised when companies start acting weird and a lot of sketchy stuff happens. Well, they're going to get sketchy results. Customers are not going to want to deal with that stuff. And look at that, empty shelves. I mean, that's pretty significant. I mean, it's not the same picture. I'm seeing different posts, different pictures. I'm assuming at different locations. So I think this is really catching up to them. And I had to throw this in there. More price shenanigans. This time, luncheon meat. It's not even on sale, guys. Okay? Let me show you. So here is the product in question. The spicy canned pork luncheon meat. Its neighbors coming in at $4.99. But if you want the spicy, well, you're going to have to fork out a little more, in the tune of $4.1 million. $4.1 million for a can of this. $4.1 million for canned meat. You can't make this stuff up. $4.1 million luncheon meat. The cashiers at the Asian grocery, Maribyrnong, High Point, Victoria laughed when they scanned it at the register. They then updated it to correct price soon afterwards. Well, thank goodness, because that would be pretty alarming. I mean, would that actually scan as that? That's the funny thing. You bring that up there. I'm trying to picture you're watching your total as they're scanning the stuff. It's like, $30, $31, $33, $37, blah, blah, blah. And then it gets to this. They scan it, and it's like, your total's $4.2 million. Like, does that actually even compute in the computer? That is too funny. Christ, you could almost get a 1-bedroom flat in Sydney for that. That's the crazy part. All that money, and you might not even be able to get a decent place in Sydney. Speaking of Sydney, here's an afternoon storm. Take a look at that. Big skies, you get big views. I'm assuming this wasn't too bad. It kind of looks worse than it actually was, hopefully. But it does look pretty freaky when you get to see a storm from a point of view, you know, before it shows up, right? Very, very crazy looking. Nature is gorgeous, man. Now, this is cool. A little bit of car news. Someone saw a rare sighting of a DeLorean DMC-12 in Australia, in New South Wales. Take a look. These are awesome. I don't care who you are. These are iconic, man. Super cool. One of my favorite movies ever, of course. Got to always mention that as well. This was the star of Back to the Future. These things are so cool. These are a very rare sight, even here in the U.S., but I always love seeing them. And I imagine that would be ultra rare, like just chilling in Australia and you see this drive by. That is crazy. And some actual post-continuity here that is much cooler than a stupid Cybertruck at Bunnings. I agree. Oh, guys, the price games are out of control. What is happening here? 30% off. Save $3.80. Was $7.60, now $7.70. Oh, how do you guys shop? How do you guys shop lately? It's like head games. What is happening? It's 2024. It's about to be 2025. What is happening? Right? How were they able to keep prices straight 40 years ago? Look at where we're at now. And look at all the BS that's happening. Had enough of these damn flies. I just realized that's a Great Northern. That's a great beer. I've had very lucky pleasure of having one of these, courtesy of a viewer long ago. I did not have a fly in mine, though, so I feel lucky. Always check your drinks. That goes for anywhere you're watching. But I especially, you know, right now it's about to be summer in Australia. I've heard the flies are pretty wicked in Australia. Definitely, you know, you don't need to hear this from me. You already knew this, but yeah, just double check your drinks. That would not be fun. That don't mess with beer, man. That fly, shame on that fly. You go somewhere else. Don't mess with people's beer, man. That's why you drink from cans. Don't have to look at the little fuckers that way. Don't worry, you can get substantially more flies at a Great Northern before it tastes any different. Oh my God. It's hot, mate. He just wanted a cold beer. Yeah, I guess you're right. Cut him some slack. Aussie Christmas tree. Okay. I kind of don't know what to say. Like, there's real trees. Then there's, you know, very popular nowadays, artificial Christmas trees. So, you know, artificial trees. Then there's this. It's kind of creative. Kind of cool. Kind of weird. Not my thing, but I could appreciate the effort. Bananas in pajamas kidnapped and held for ransom by mafia. What? Excuse me? What the hell is happening? This can't be real, right? Here we go. Oh, geez. An Australian actor has revealed the Russian mafia stole the ABC's iconic bananas in pajamas costumes and held them for ransom. Are you serious? Kenneth Radley, who played B1 for more than 10 years, mentioned the story briefly during an appearance on the Final Encore podcast and gave more detail in an interview with news.com.au. It happened when the ABC marketing boss took the costumes on a promotional trip overseas. He went to get photo ops like London, White House. He took the suits to Moscow, and the suits were stolen, and there was a ransom note given to Gillespie for 100,000 Australian dollars for the return of the suits. The ransom note was allegedly from the Russian mafia. Graham got in touch with the ABC Sydney and said, this has happened. They want $100,000. What will we do? Mr. Radley said at the head of the ABC, and the head of the ABC said, well, we are not going to give them $100,000. How much do they cost to replace? Graham said they're $20,000 to make. Well, that seems like a lot. $20,000. Holy smokes. These are $20,000 to make? What? Wow. I guess that is a real story. Like, you just never know, right? That's the theme of these episodes. You just never know what you're going to read. Wow. Okay. All right, we're going to end it with something very fascinating in other news. It's from a couple weeks ago. Did you know that Australia's first flying car is currently on sale? I don't even think we have flying cars here in the U.S. No, I mean, maybe we do. I don't know. I guess how would I see them? Because again, I'm too broke for flying cars. I'm just driving on the ground, like everyone else. But if we go, car expert there it is. Interesting looking car, right? The Xpeng officially becomes the first market. Getting behind the wheel of the X2 is a completely different story. Oh, gotta love it, right? Priced around $200K. It's a eVTOL vehicle, so vertical takeoff and landing, and it's electric. I'm sorry, I'm going to stop it there. That sounds absolutely terrifying. We're having enough problems with electric cars. I'm not going in the air with something that's pure electric. I have drones. Like, I've flown a drone. Obviously, there's no one in it. Those are fine. Those are electric. They work. Something heavy, though, and it's a different story when you're carrying, real people. The trust is not there. It's just not there. I've had, drone accidents where they act weird or the battery drains a little quicker than you'd want it to. And that is precisely why I would never be getting this car, which it doesn't really look like a car to me. It sounds like kind of some weird wording, weird branding, perhaps. But yeah, there it is. I mean, wow, it looks beautiful in the sky. It looks like the future. I mean, look at that thing. How sharp. You go down to the comments. How is this a car when it has no wheels and can be operated on a car license? Or it can't be operated, rather, on a car license. Let's call it what it is, a more affordable helicopter. That's what I'm saying. It's not a car. It doesn't even make sense to me. I didn't even read the whole article, I'll be honest with you. It just seems like a funny... I feel like these flying car things pop up every year at some point in different countries, and I never hear about them again, right? I don't know if these are just a gimmick, if they're a joke, a scam. I have no idea. But, I mean, you do have the chance to get one, supposedly, if you were in Australia. So you have to let me know if you are on the list to buy one of these bad boys. But I'm going to cut it there. This is a fun one. I hope you enjoyed. It is almost the weekend, so I hope you enjoy that as well. Yeah, I'm going to hop out of here. I appreciate you watching. I will see you down in the comments. My name is Ian. You're watching IWrocker. Till next time, y'all. Catch you later.